Hello. I think everything is working fine. I don't know. Today we're live. This was like a last minute thing. I just received this Mini Misti yesterday and I did want to make a video, but then I was like, I don't want to make a video. I'm just going to make a live. Hopefully somebody will jump in and check it out. But mainly I want to do this opening of this and try to go through it and have the joy of having a Mini Misti. Now, let me make things clear. The majority of the things that I have is Tim Holtz when it comes to crafting and car making and things like that. And I believe if you've been in my channel that you know that I do own the stamping tool from Tim Holtz, which is this one over here. And this is a great tool. It's just that sometimes there's things that they're, first of all, the way it works. And I have, okay, so this is the thing. I have a very small space, and this tool, you see, I'm a lefty, right? So when you're working with it, and I have to open this lid, right? Even though it can stay flat in here, sometimes I have so many stuff around my desk that if I move it one little bit, the thing won't fit, and then it's very uncomfortable to work with it. But I love it. I mean, this thing, I have it since it came out, and I have the bigger one too, and they're fantastic. I mean, they're great tools. However, in the car making world, a lot of people do go by the Mini Misti. I mean, this thing is king in the crafting world, especially on the card making world. And I wanted to give it a try. I've always wanted one, even before Tim Holtz came out with his stamping tool. I wanted a Mini Misti, but this thing is expensive. This is a tool. This is an investment. So at that time, it was kind of like, okay, I don't know. I always skipped it. I kept skipping it because it is expensive. And even though this one is the little one, the other ones are a little bit more expensive. And since time is passing by, they're going up a little bit on price. So, is it worth it on 2022? Absolutely. If you're starting to do card making, excuse me, or anything similar to that, this thing will help you immensely, especially if you do a lot of cards, if you do it by the mass, that kind of thing. So anyway, here it is. I took I really was not gonna make a video, but then I said, come on, let's do something about it, right? So I took it out of the box because it was kind of uncomfortable taking out of this little box, right? But my thing is that, see, I cut the tape so we don't have to go through, me going through trying to open this thing. So I just cut the tape. I haven't opened it. I swear to you, I haven't opened it. And once I did that, I said, wait, I want to do a video. I want to keep it in my history, at least, of having the joy of having a Mini Misti. So I cut the tape. So here it is. Now, like this close, I'm very amazed how I didn't thought it was that small, to be quite honest, because the stamping tool from Tim Holtz is a little bit bigger than this box. So we're gonna open this, and here it is. Here is the infamous Mini Misti. Oh my god, it's so tiny. It looks big on camera, but it's tiny. Alright, I'm gonna remove this thing. I'm gonna put this here. Hopefully I don't pull or push the camera and then the camera falls or something like that. It took me a little while to set up all this stuff to make the video. Oh my god, but this is so tiny. So it comes in this little bag for protection, I guess. I'm gonna remove that. It's way smaller. Way smaller than the Tim Holtz stamping tool. I'm gonna say a fraction of. Let's see. Let's compare it. So you put this thing like this. You see, it's way smaller in this area, and if we just put it like this, it's still a little bit smaller because Team's Hinge is kind of like here, so that takes a little bit of space. Now, I believe this is the new, like the new one. There has been different versions of the Mini Misti in the past, and I was looking into some videos, and oh my god, this thing is almost a decade old. Almost, not yet, I think. I'm not sure about that, but almost, because the videos I saw were like 7 years, 8 years old when the first Mini Misti came out. But this one is the new one. Is the improved one. Is what they call the Mini Misti 2.0 version. So this one has everything improved and everything is much better, and hopefully this thing, you know, will make a lot of cards. Now this is what I see. I see that I know from the videos I saw that most of the improvement from the old version, which I do not have, is this little lip over here that you can lift this door easily. Before, it was very uncomfortable to do because it was the same, I guess, size from the end of the bottom base, so it was kind of difficult to, you know, open this. But with this lip, it has like a little lip, you can open it and close it. The other thing that I saw was that, or yeah, saw on the video that they were talking about, it was the hinge. They made it much better. Now it's metal, so that means it doesn't have it. I mean, it's going to be more durable by using the things throughout the years, because the previous model was only plastic, so that's a good thing. The rulers, apparently they made them better. I don't know about that, but you know, I guess that's the good thing about that. Now the grid as well is much better. It's better because before the grid was completely transparent and you couldn't see the grid. Now it's kind of like a grayish tone, and that means you can see better when you use the grid. So that's a good thing. Okay, the box only brings this. I know you can buy separate things to it, but I'm not into that yet. I'm probably sure that I'm gonna be pretty soon. So this is paper. I know that this paper, you can use it with this little foam here, and in order to have the grid on top of it, so you can put your card and you can do the measurements that you need to do when you are stamping whatever stamp you're using, right? And here is the magnet. Now this magnet is very strong, and I can tell this, I mean, like, I can't really lift it. Ooh, I don't even know how people lift this. Well, I know they put like a little some tape around it so you can lift it easily, but dang, no, I'm gonna use this. No, I don't want to use this because I can damage the surface. This is plastic. This grid is covered with plastic, so that means when you stamp, if the ink goes to the surface, you can wipe it off really easily. Let me see if I have a tool that I can lift the thing with. Okay, let's see. Maybe this one helps. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to, wow. Compared to the magnets from the other stamping tool, this is really strong. Now, I know that the bigger Misti has a little bed where you can put the magnet. In this one, you don't have that. So you're going to have to live with having the magnet somewhere, like here. Anywhere in this area. So, and I can't lift it with I don't know how to lift it with my own, like just with the fingers. So I'm just using this tool to lift the thing. So of course the first thing we're gonna do is actually put some washi tape. Let's do that. Do I like this color? No. Let's do something more. Okay, like this. This is washi tape from Ranger, and this is oops, and this is from Diane Ribley. So why not, right? I'm gonna cut this little piece here because it's kind of like the sticky stuff is gone. So I don't know if this washi tape is strong enough, but I guess we'll try. I gotta do like some sort of, okay, let's see how we're gonna do this. I have no idea. I'm gonna put this like this, and then you're supposed to make like a little hinge. Not hinge, but like a little pull-out thing. But I don't know. Kind of like this. See? But oh my god, it's really strong. Oh, look, the tape came kind of like defective there. That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is easier to pull it like that. I think I'm cutting the thing too short. I put this thing over here. You see, now I have issues with the space, especially when I have the camera and when I have the microphone on top of me. Like, dude. Like, dude. What in the world? Okay, let's see. We can do this like this. I mean, it would be ideal if I had a thicker tape, but I don't. Well, I might, but I don't know where it is right now, and I don't want to do, you know, kind of like looking for stuff while I'm live. So, well, I think you guys got the idea of how this goes, right? So, then you can cut this like this. Whoa. The scissor kind of like went bang to the magnet. Wow. They were, I mean, like the ladies, the videos that I saw from other ladies that were doing, you know, like a review about it or whatever, they said that this thing was super strong and they were not kidding. They were not okay. I think that helps. I'm not gonna waste more time trying to put more tape into this, but that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, I can put a little bit more here, but I'll do that later. I mean, it was just to show you how you can place some tape and that way it's easier to put it on and off. Yeah, definitely more easier. Yep. All right, so it looks good. So why don't we try it? I mean, let's try this. Okay, I'm gonna put the magnet here. Okay, my understanding is that when you're using clear stamps, you have to put this thing on, right? And when you're not using clear stamp, you're using the thick rubber stamps, you have to remove this black foam. So I guess we can try. And then this, you take one out. Oops. And it has to be a stronger tape. That's ripping off. The washi tape is ripping off. It has to be more like a plastic tape. So yeah, look, you see? It ripped off when I kind of lift it, but it's super strong. You see, and then if you put this on top of it, you have the grid. However, again, because of what I saw, a lot of people tell you that this thing has accessories, that you can buy extra accessories, and then those accessories are not that expensive, and it will help you more. And one of them is a what they call a mouse pad, and that mouse pad has this grid in the foam already. I think it's a plastic material. It's not paper like this, it's just plastic, and that way you can actually, clean it or whatever needs to be done. Eventually, of course, I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up buying that, so I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, let's keep on going. So I'm gonna put this here. The first thing we need is cardstock. So let's see, cardstock. I'm gonna use. I'm just. Excuse me. I'm just gonna use like regular cardstock. Nothing fancy. Right? I just here. Where is it? I'm gonna use white. This is Recollection, just regular white Recollection cardstock. Again, nothing fancy. We're trying the thing, right? Look at this here. All right. So usually when I'm stamping, I use this door on this side, and this goes all the way flat. I should. Okay. And now I can put my card like right here, right at the corner, right there. And I can hold it with a magnet, right? Just like the other one. The difference within this one and the other one is that the other one has two magnets. And the story is those they're not as strong as this though, but they're strong. And then if you put them too close, they will attract to each other and they will crash and then snap. I have been lucky enough not that happened to me, but you always have to be careful. And so, because I don't want them to get ruined or anything like that, because I don't have a spare pair. I remember when those stamping tools came out, those magnets were available. I don't know, I haven't done a research online, but when you would go to the store, you would have them available, but you don't see those anymore. So that's why always be very, very careful. All right, so I have already my paper on. And for this try, I want to use this beautiful stamp collection from Simon Hurley. This is Doodle Florals, and the reason why I kind of picked up this one is because with this tool as well, and the other one, I mean, like, not this is not particular for the Misty. You can do all this stuff again with the Tim Holtz stamping tool. And the reason why I'm keep mentioning it is because you all know, well, if you're in my channel and you have been following me for a long time, you know that most of my things are Tim Holtz. Especially, I'm gonna say all the tools are Tim Holtz. So, but this is an exception because I really, like I said, I've always wanted a Misty. So we'll keep trying how it goes with the Misty. I just banged the camera. I don't know if you noticed that. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to pick up a nice flower from this set. This, I love Simon Hurley stamps because they're cute in a way, and they have this, especially flower ones, and they're kind of cool because you can do certain things with them, so like shading and stuff. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna pick up this flower. I think it's a good one to try. Right, put that there. And we are gonna place this flower like right here, right? All we gotta do is bring the lid, pick up the stamp, and that's it. Now, what ink we're gonna use? I like using, oops, when I'm stamping, I like using my VersaFine Clear, but this is a pigment ink. And then of course I got I got different black inks. But let's try do I want to try this or the other one? I'm always using this because this is really good. I like the archival as well, but I don't know, this one gives a very, in my well, you know what, no, I'm not gonna use this one. I'll for video purposes we're gonna use the, I don't know where it is. Oh, here you are. We're gonna use the regular VersaFine, which is the Onyx Black. This has been one of my favorite inks of all times. So this is like, they're not, I mean, in my personal opinion, they're not the same. I've seen people using them, and some people say, oh no, they're the same and stuff. I don't think so. The pad is different, the ink is different. I don't think it's the same formulation. This is a pigment ink, and this one right here, this is not a pigment ink. This is different. This is oh yeah, it is VersaFine Quick Dry Opaque Pigment Colors. Yeah, okay, take that back. I thought it was not a, this is oil based, and this one has to be oil based as well. So anyway, I want to use this one better for, you know, showing purposes, so you don't get confused of what type of, I mean, like, you want to try it out, and you're looking at the video, and then you don't have the, because not everybody uses that versifying color. There's very specific people that like using that. I like using it a lot, like a lot. That's what I've been using lately. But anyway, okay, we're gonna stamp this. Dun, dun, dun. I don't have to do too much pressure. And there it is. And it's not kind of like perfect, so I'm gonna try a little bit more ink. Right? I'm gonna try a little more. And stamp it again. And I'm not gonna do too much pressure because I don't want to, you know, squish the stamp. And I have a perfect stamp flower. I'm gonna show you. There you go. I mean, it can't be more perfect than that, right? So the other cool thing about this is that if you want to position the flower like a mirror image kind of thing, it could be here, it could be anywhere, but in this particular case, in this corner, I can pick up the magnet, put it there, and all I gotta do is put more ink into the flower again. Dun, 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 dun. Just like that. And stamp it again. I'm not applying that much pressure. And I don't think I have to do a double thing, but just for the sake of it, I'm gonna just do it again. And here you go. Very small pressure because the first stamp was very well stamped. And there you go. It's completely done. And now I have like an initial, I guess, like like a start for a nice card, I guess. All right, I'm gonna put this back on, and we're gonna shade now. Like, I'm sorry, but there's something that is bothering me there. Okay. Where's my chamois? Where's the chamois? All right, we got a chamois on hand, and we're gonna clean the stamp. The chamois, can you see? Okay, there you go. With the chamois, it's very easy to clean your stamps. I highly recommend it. I mean, you can clean them with a rag or whatever, but this thing is cool. I don't know. I like it. Anyway. So now we have to pick up we have to bring to the table, I guess, the stamp that colors the stamp, right? It's the one that is going to give the coloring inside. And also for the leaves, I believe it's this one, I'm pretty sure. Yes. for the leaves. Okay. All right. So this is the stamp for the flower. Now I have to guess how this goes. Have to line it up with the shape of the flower. So I think it's like this. Yep, it's like that. And then I guess this one will do it later. Okay, so we'll pick it up, right? Every time I pick it up, the stamps are so new that they're kind of sticky. So they're bringing the paper with the stamp. All right. So just gonna press it a little bit so it gets conditioned, kind of thing, with my finger oil, whatever. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use some red, I think. I'm gonna use Simon Hurley's inks for this. I want to use this red. This is Bee Sting. And then Simon Hurley's ink pads are water-based. So this is completely different from the VersaFine, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna put color into this. See, I was always intimidated by these stamps. I don't know why. Not this one in particular, but the ones that you kind of layer them, because I don't understand how it works, or I do, but I'm kind of scared that I can mess up whatever I'm working on. Let me clean this. Okay. So probably that's why I never done this, but here we go. So I'm putting color into that flower. It's supposed to be, see, you see what I mean? It came off. It didn't go exactly where it was supposed to. And let me show you, because you can see. I'm like, you see? Like if I was, using my other camera. All right, you see how it's off? And that's why I don't like doing this. But it's all a and trial and error. You can't, and nothing is perfect. But let me try this again. So if we look for the position, just this, like this, there. Let's see if with this one I'm lucky. Okay. Oopsie. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put red in it. I believe I saw Simon saying, okay, you do that, you do this, and then you spread a little bit of water. Let's try that. Spread a little bit of water. And then I'll take off the excess water. And then we can stamp. because the other one is kind of grainy. So, see, this one came out a little bit better. Let me show you. See, the color is more uniform. This one is kind of grainy. I don't know if you can see that. But the stamping came a little bit better because I positioned the stamp in a better spot. So, excuse me. This paper is not good for what I'm doing, so, but I'm just trying this out. It's just trying it out, you know what I mean? So, alright. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to bring this in. This is the leaves. Okay. And for the leaves, we're going to use... See, the paper sticks to the stamp because they're super new. I mean, I've never used them. So, okay. So, where are my greens? Greens. Let's try Later Gator. Later Gator. Later Gator and a little bit of water. Later Gator and a little bit of water. I said a little. I was like, there. I think it's way too much water, and this paper is not good. Not good for this. Not good for that much water. I usually use Simon Hurley's paper, which is fantastic especially for blending. I love that paper. It's very thick and very manageable, and you can watercolor in it and everything like that. It won't warp or anything like that. I mean, like, if you don't do exaggerated water projects, but it would put way too much water. Okay, well, I mean, this is just trying it. Okay, this is not, I'm not doing a final card or anything like that. But what I can see is that you have to be very, very perfect on placing those stamps. Otherwise, it will go out of the edge. But, yeah. Look, see how the paper kind of got messed up and bleed and everything, because this paper is not for that. It's not meant for that. But for trying it out, it was kind of fun. That's for sure. Okay, so, oh, yeah, and obviously we'll transfer to this, which is paper. So no good. Definitely we need the mouse pad. That's what they call it, the mouse pad. Okay, let's clean these things. I think a little bit of water too. And oops, I keep banging my microphone. Sorry. Okay, Chammy to the rescue. Love the chamois. Who doesn't love a chamois? If you don't have a chamois, you need to get a chamois. Okay, so let's put this away. So we tried something new that I have never tried, because Team Hold's stamps are not like this. Well, I don't know. I don't have a set of Steam Holds that is like that you have to fill in colors inside, the main stamp or something like that. Not that I know of. He could have, maybe, but I don't have that. All right, for the second try, which is like a rubber stamp. I've had this for years. I never use it, and it was only $4.99 at the time. Because we are almost in Halloween. I've been working on Halloween cards, and I did one fall card, and I did a Christmas card. Yes, the other day, and it was super fun. Like super fun. So let's try a little bit of Halloween with the Misty. I have so many stamps and things that I haven't used, is because I don't have the time. I really don't. And when I make cards, it's like I don't use everything at once. You know what I mean? You go little by little. Okay, we're gonna remove this and this. I'm gonna put them on the side, somewhere where I don't lose it. Okay, somewhere here. All right. And now we're gonna bring I don't want to use this paper because, well, whatever. We're just trying, right? This is not like a final thing. All right. So now, we place back our paper. We're going to hold it right there. And we're going to use one of these stamps. So which one are we going to use? I think the bat. Let's use the bat. This one. I'm going to center that. I'm going to pretend that I'm doing a card. So I'm going to center this right there, which is perfect there, right? Now, again, this thing has tools that you can center things and that you can make things center it. But I want to try something. Now, I have Wendy Becky's Make Art the Make Art station, which is really, really fun. It's really cool, especially when you're using stencils. These things comes very, very handy. She has special blocks as well for centering. This brings this little magnetic rule, and then you can buy on the side accessories for it as well, which is this L block, and also brings like a ruler that I don't have in this material. I should buy it though, by the way, before it disappears on the market. But this thing is to center a stamp, right? I want to see if these two tools work with the Misty. This comes I believe this one comes with the station, but this one comes separate. And because why this one comes separate, this one, what is the difference between this and this? Is that with this one you can corner and you can center things. With this one you can't. Well, you can, but this one goes with this guy, and when you place them together it's completely perfectly centered. That make sense? All right. But let's try it here. So it's not gonna work, first of all, because this thing is like higher than the surface of the Misty. So that's a no-no. But maybe the ruler helps me. So because it's just a ruler. And it's bendy. You see? So if I want to make it center, put the baddie there. Let's say that I want the bat there and I want a sentiment in the bottom, right? So we're going to put the baddie there, but I want the baddie to be completely straight. Completely straight, just like that. Right? And then I kind of maybe move it a little bit here. Yep. And that's a good position for the bat. So I'm going to close this, pick up my stamp, brand new, and we're going to use VersaFine Onyx Black. We're going to stamp this little bat away. See. And boom. There we go. And I have a perfect stamping. I really don't need to do a second thing. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. Alright. So we got the bat, but we're going to remove the bat and we're going to bring a sentiment. Now, for the sentiment, I have this Happy Halloween that I've been using. So we're gonna use it. It's a clear stamp, so for clear stamp we gotta remember that we need to put back the foam. Right, I'm gonna put this here. And we're gonna center this guy. So how I'm gonna center this? Well, this for now, because I don't have the Misty, specific tools to center stuff. So I'm gonna use this one for now. This Happy Halloween needs to be lower. And I'm gonna place it like right there. It's just an example, okay? I'm gonna remove that. Oh, forget the magnet. There we go. And I'm gonna bring my VersaFine And I'm just gonna stamp Happy Halloween. I saw somebody coming in and out, but I was kind of coughing. I'm sorry. I mean, nature is nature. Can't help it. Okay, and there you go. Happy Halloween. So here's my simple, very simple card. Now it's not center like I hope it was. It's kind of off. But I was just trying to show you that, you can make something like this. And it looks really cool. It really does. But I'm pretty sure if I buy the special, like this thing, the special thing that really centers, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna work super fine. Because that's what these tools are for. And I love this one because this one has magnets. So this one you can use with Wendy Becky's station. Stamping station. I don't know how she calls it. And that, my friend, concludes my example of how to use, for the first time ever, a Misti. I'm pretty sure that there's videos out there that will tell you exactly how to do things and hacks and all kinds of stuff with a Misti. And I'm gonna have to watch some of these videos to see what is the best way to do this, the best way to do that, and hopefully I can get better at it. Because then again, the Team Holt one was, sometimes I want to use it and sometimes I don't. And lately I haven't been using it. And the reason why, and let's try this. And this one I want to try. There's one specific reason why I don't like it. And I don't know if it's because mine is effective or whatever. Well, I don't know what I'm doing that I cannot stamp the right way. And I've seen videos and videos and videos on how to use this thing. But this one, if you see, I don't know if you can see. Oops, sorry. It's not completely flush. So when you stamp, so this thing it's not flush with the bottom lid. And when you, I don't know why, when I stamp, it doesn't it doesn't stamp that neat like that one. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't. And that's why I keep skipping it. But I have my stamping blocks, and yeah, I use them or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can afford to have a Misti or a Team Holt stamping tool, that's fine. You can always use your blocks, But my problems with the block is that nothing is center ever. And that's why I got that Wendy Becky thing that I can just put them on. And I learned this from one of the YouTubers that I like watching the most when she makes cards, Amy. Amy, I don't think she used that much. I haven't seen her using that anymore. Like before, she would use them to make things center very well. But her style throughout the years have changed a little bit, and she's a pro at making cards. So I don't even think that she needs any tool at all to put things centered, or unless it's like letters that have to be very perfectly centered. But other than that, when she does the stuff, it's like boom, 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 and you don't see any special tool. Or sometimes you do, but not all the time. And that's what makes you an expert on the matter. Um, but I want to try. This will be the last try. The one of the things that I like using with Team Holtz was, well, liked and disliked. It's a love and hate relationship with that. It was using this is watercolor paper, and this is 300 grams of Fabriano watercolor paper, right? So watercolor paper, it's not it's not really cool when you're stamping, because this paper has a surface that is not even, right? So when you stamp, obviously when you're stamping, it's not going to look great. But when you want to do those, you know, those beautiful cards that you want to put, like, I'm going to say, like, watercolor, or you want to color, instead of using, for example, Simon Hurley's, I'm gonna say Simon Hurley's paper again, which is really good and supports water. But there's a point where if you are actually doing watercolor and you want the watercolor to be super nice, then you're gonna have to eventually use watercolor paper. Now this one is not that grainy like Team Holtz watercolor paper is very grainy, and so when you stamp on it, it's never even. You would never see the lines perfect. But that's the beauty of, you know, that's the beauty of the watercolor, because it's never perfect. If somebody telling you that watercolor has to be perfect, it's not, because watercolor does its own thing. It always do its own thing, and it's weird in that way. And I love watercoloring. It has become one of my favorite things of all times, to be quite honest with you. Okay, stamping. Oops. I think I stamped on the wrong. Oopsie daisy. I forgot to take off the foam. Okay, foam out. Putting this thing back on. And stamping. See? It looks pretty good in my book. I can never do this with the other one. I don't know why. Let's try Team Holtz watercolor paper. Okay, this is Team Holtz watercolor paper, which is more grainier. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put the magnet. Got my watercolor paper ready. I need my black onyx VersaFine ink, and I think this is super good. And action. Let's see. This is the biggest try. Let's see. Not doing so much. I'm not doing a lot of pressure. Now there's some people use like this thing, and I'm gonna tell you something. I made one of those. I don't know what they're called. That you make a pressure and it's supposed to give you an even stamping process. And I made one, and can you believe it? I think it has little feet because I cannot find it anywhere. Anyway, and here we go. It's stamped perfectly. Well, like perfectly compared to this one. No, because it's different paper. It's different paper, and obviously I'm not gonna show you because the only way I can show you is by taking pictures at it and put it in my blog, and you can see that the bat is still in this paper is missing some spots, but it's okay because this is more, the surface is grainier than this one. It's different. It's a different paper. So that's the only problem that I always encounter with this paper is that it's very difficult to make a stamp look even. But then again, it's the style, it's the stress is that's what is Tim Holtz all about. And I've been doing cards with this paper for the longest and I love it. Especially when the distress markers came out. It was so much fun to, use the distress markers with his color paper. And this watercolor paper is really good, by the way. It's very sturdy. It holds water very well. This one is very good too. Super sturdy watercolor, but obviously Fabriano is one of the best papers you can buy. This is low grade Fabriano paper, but it's still so good. So good that whatever you want to do with watercolor, Fabriano is the thing. Now, it's expensive, but it's good. Uh, Team Holt's watercolor paper is not that expensive, and again, it's really good. So I think at this point it's a preference, if you wanna, call it that way, when you do watercolor. But I love both, and both of them are depending on what I'm doing, and that's the paper I'm gonna use. That's with everything. And I'm gonna tell you that the best thing when you're doing your work, the most important thing, the card that you're making or the watercolor project that you're making, the most important thing out of everything that you have is gonna be the paper. Without the paper being good quality, it's not gonna give you the results that you want. So that's super important in any project that you're working in. If you're using crappy watercolor paper, obviously your things are not gonna look like somebody that is using Fabriano. This it's not gonna happen. Or if you're using, for example, the best watercolor brand, it could be Daniel Smith, Schminke, whatever. You put it on a very cheap watercolor paper, it's not gonna look good. So you need something good to compensate that watercolor, right? So I don't know. That's my advice. That has nothing to do with a Misty. I think I went off talking about something else, but it's all good, right? It's all fun. So this has extended for an hour. I hope that my little demo of this little Misty made you think about it and maybe helps you out a little bit if you want to buy one or whatever, or if you don't know how to use it, maybe that helps you too. And I hope to see you again pretty soon. I'll promise I'll let you know in advance when I'm coming in. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Do you have a Misty? Do you like the Misty? Do you use your Misty? Or do you prefer Team Hole stamping station, or any other stamping tool that you have, any other brand, whatever. Just leave the comments down below, and I'll be more than welcome to answer you, and I promise you to answer back. So thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.